Hello, everyone. Welcome to another PSN Profiles review. I'm Goat King. I'm glad to see everyone is back. I know it's been a while since I did a review. Big life changes happening, but I'm back to doing reviews after a long time. Today we're reviewing Ladynadiad, level 488 trophy hunter. That's new. Last time I did these reviews, they had the old level system, so that's brand new, and I kind of like it. So it just shows how long it's been since I've done a review. Overall, 7,429 trophies, 187 of those being platinum. So a very long list here. 252 games played, 238 completed, leaving a very impressive 96.66 overall completion rate. So it's going to be quite a bit long list, so we're going to get right down into it, and let's look at the games. Alright, so division letter, last answer. I think that's division. I'm not 1,000% sure. Those are both visual novels, if I'm not mistaken, as is Seven Scarlet and A Winter's Dream here. So starting off with a few visual novels, very easy platinums, all in the 50% rate. Yeah, of rarity, so those are very good. Uh, Adventures of Mana, an RPG for the Vita. Not an expert in Vita games, but I remember Adventures of Mana from. Uh, it was on another system, I think, or unless I'm thinking of a different game. But this one, from the gameplay I've seen of it, the graphics like kind of remind me of an early Harvest Moon or a Rune Factory game. But a good classic RPG. Let's see. Akasha's Path of the Five. That's another visual novel. Akiba's Beat. This is another one I know a little about. The exploration of it, so it's your RPG. The fighting system, it's kind of like early, if you play like Tales of Symphonia or something like that. In the meantime, the exploring aspect of it, when you're in the overview or overworld, it reminds me a lot of the Persona series, actually. Um, then Akiba's Trip, Undead and Undressed. uh, this game's I've actually heard a bit about it. The goal of the game is to it's a kind of a beat 'em up, but the goal is to strip your enemies of their clothing, which is pretty hilarious. Uh, Alphia, Alphabia Genesis, more of a classic RPG, which is kind of neat. And then we got Vastia Chronicles. I hope I'm saying these names right. I know I'm probably not, but still, that's more of a retro 8-bit RPG, if I'm not mistaken. Insomnia, another visual novel. And then let's see, Antiqua Lost. Hmm. Oh, I know what game this is. It's another turn-based strategy. It's not 8-bit. It's more, the graphics are more like Stardew Valley a bit. If I'm thinking of the right thing. Uh, Arafel. That's more of a retro 8-bit turn-based RPG. Ark the Land. This one was originally a PS2 game, if I recall correctly. Because I do remember this being on the PS2, so this might be one that they re-released digitally or something like that. I did not know that one was on the PS4. Good to know. And let's see. The Astovine games here, those are more retro 8-bit turn-based RPGs, which are kind of neat. You got a good number of them. I'm not sure how many are in this series, actually. So, but you've got a good number of them. I'm not sure. I think you get them on the PS4 because Hamura isn't on the Vita, but yeah, who knows? You might have gotten a lot of them on the Vitas, not ones. Atelier Renoa, The Alchemist of Arlen. Uh, this is one that I see on a lot of people's list, not done, and I wonder why. I'm gonna take a look, see why uh, the trophies are like in this. Okay, so there's a lot that could be picked up here. So it looks like those are probably completing the story, so you can get those. So all these are a lot you can pick up there, and then it's getting all the different endings. Okay, I can see why that would be a pain in the neck. I mean, there's not a lot of ultra rares in here. So, like I said, this is one that I see on a lot of people's lists undone. And now looking at this trophy list, like just the list of trophies, I wonder why. Because none of them seem to be like ultra rares. I think it's just probably a time grind or something like that. I've never played any of the Atelier series, so maybe something I'll have to check out at a later time and date. Back to the Future games, the Telltale's story-driven game, the PS3 version, they released it episodically and gave each episode its own trophy list, so it doesn't have a platinum. But the PS4 release of it did have a platinum, and I'm not sure if you can get the PS4 version. Sure, I know it went off the PlayStation Store when Telltale's went bankrupt, and then uh, Telltale's came back or got bought out and branded or something like that. I know a few games got released. I'm not sure if Back to the Future did. But you got all of those done. Very good. Telltale, like I said, it was a good company. I'm interested to see what they'll do now that they're back. Bad Apple Wars. That's another visual novel for the Vita. I'm not that familiar with it. Bejeweled. All right. Uh, excuse me. Very good. I'm getting 100% on that. Took you a year to do it, but you got it. Block-a-Pick. It's another puzzle game. It's kind of like a paint by numbers or something like that. Or it's paint by numbers with a puzzle element to it if you want to give a rudimentary explanation of it. Blue Reflection. This is another RPG. It's turn-based strategy. Basically, how to describe it would be, I want to say, take the graphics of Sakura Wars and put in more magical girls. I mean, that's the best thing I can give for it. Bond of Skies. This one, think of it as like a knockoff of an early Dragon Quest game. Like I said, there's a lot of games on this list that I'm not that familiar with. That's good to see. A lot of ARPGs and a lot of visual novels so far. Cat Quest, more beat 'em up with an RPG overview for these two. Cronus Arc, it's more like an early Final Fantasy turn-based, so that's good. All right. The Code Realize series. These are more visual novels, so it's good that you're getting some good easy platinums, boosting that score. Color Malice, I think that's another visual novel. Conception 2. Like I said, not that familiar with Vita games, but I do remember seeing some of the gameplay for this, and I remember it being weird. Because it's like turn-based, but there's like also a tactical element with it. Very good getting this one. It's a very rare, only at 5% have it, so that's very good. Um, Cosmic Star Heroine. Uh, this one was a Kickstarter title, if I remember correctly, because I remember seeing it. I'm like, I should have funded that, but it's another 2D turn-based RPG. It's got kind of a sci-fi and spy theme to it. But yeah, this was definitely a Kickstarter. I think Crossing Souls here was also that. More of a hack and slash, if I remember correctly. Alright, so you got some POWG games, POG. Uh, just basically crosswords and word games, something you'd find in your newspaper if newspapers still exist, or if you actually, anyone who plays video games actually ever got newspapers anymore. But very good on getting these. Good to keeps you mentally sharp. They're a little easy on the platinum side, but you got them. You got your Danganronpa series. Like I said, I don't know if I'm pronouncing half this shit right, so just go with me on that. Very good on getting those. Dark Cloud, another PS2 title. Like I said, I love Dark Cloud 2 or Dark Chronicles, depending on your localization of it. The original Dark Cloud, I think I've said this a few times in my other reviews, is I wasn't a big fan of the original Dark Cloud. Like, I loved all the characters of it and the gameplay of it. It's a good dungeon crawler, but something on it just didn't catch me the way Dark Cloud 2 did. But very good on getting that one. Uh, Death Mask, or Death Mark, when I say mask. That's another visual novel, I think. Demetrios, that's more of a point and click game. You stacked it on the PS4 and Vita, very good. I got the PS4 version myself. Demon Gaze, Global Edition, a good dungeon crawler. And speaking of that, you got your Devious Dungeon and Devious Dungeon 2, both are stacked. More of a That's funny. It says dungeon. You'd think it'd be a dungeon crawler, but no, they're actually more of a platformer than anything. Your Doodle series, you got all three games. I played Doodle Devil and Doodle God on. I got the PS4 version, so these are ones you could probably additionally stack. There's no platinum from them, but it would be good just to get you want some additional points on your score there. So, I didn't play Doodle Kingdom yet. I need to check that one out and see if it's like Doodle God or Doodle Devil. I don't think it is. That's why I didn't get it. Alright. So, Dragon Fantasy, Dragon Fantasy 2, Dragon Lapis, Dragon Sinker. Not related, but I do think that all these are like retro 8-bit RPGs. So all these Dragon games here, they're not in the same series, but from what I know of them, they're all basically 8-bit retro RPGs, which is kind of neat. You're missing a few on Dragon Lab. Okay, that's the one you're working on right now. You are literally playing this game probably as I am talking right now. So keep a good work on that. It's a good 34%, so I don't think you'll have any problem getting it based on your list. Epic word search, good, easy. Who doesn't like a good word search? Good. Stacked it on the PS4 and the Vita. Good, easy ones to get the score up. Exist Archive. It's another turn-based, but I think there's also some platforming to this, if I'm not mistaken. Ultra rare one, so very good on getting this one. Only took you 2 months to do it. That's very good. Ernst Gaze. I think this one was actually a mobile game back in the day. I remember seeing about this being a mobile game back in like 2018 or something like that. Just one of those things that would come up when you'd be playing another game, an ad or something. But I didn't know they had a console release for it, but very good on getting that one. More Poe games, more word searches, Philippics, so alright, more paint by numbers. Final Fantasy games. You got 10 and 10-2, so you probably got the you got the HD remastered version. I'm very impressed with these because I know Final Fantasy X, it has that stupid the mini games in it are a pain in the neck. It took you 4 years to do that, so I'm not surprised. But the one that always got me in 10 was the dodging the lightning one, where you have to like go to the thunder plains and then like click the X to dodge the lightning, and it's actually like dodging freaking lightning. It's nearly impossible. You have to do it like 200 times or something ridiculous. Then you got 10-2. I haven't played the 10-2's HD remaster. I played the original on the PlayStation 2 when it came out originally. So I gotta go back and play this one, honestly, because I know I probably missed a lot. But now with a trophy list on there, I'm wondering how I would do on it. Final Fantasy 13, not my the Final Fantasy 13 games that weren't always my favorite. So, uh, very good on getting that one. I'd encourage you to pick up more of the Final Fantasy games. Pick up Final Fantasy 7. Pick up Final Fantasy 7. You can buy the PS1 version on the PlayStation Store and pick up the remake. They're both very good games. I think you can also get 8 on there too, but I don't think 8 has a trophy. Oh no, I think it does. In any case, I am never against more Final Fantasy games. Gem Legends and Gem Smashers, those are more like Bejeweled. You got Bejeweled before, so won't say much more on those. Very good on Gem Legends. It's no platinum, but only 6% completed it. So good on that. God of War. You've only played the first one for the PS3, and you're only missing 2 trophies on that. So let's see what you're missing here for that one. Because I think you should be able to do this one. Okay, so beat the game in under 5 hours on any difficulty and complete challenge of the gods. This one's very doable. I mean, I always hate these ones that like, all right, beat the game in 10 hours or 5 hours or 5 minutes. That's uh, normally I just do that on easy, and like if you're doing, does this one have a new game plus? I can't remember if it does, but you play it on the easiest mode, you should be able to get that one. The challenge of the gods, you might have to like take a few tries, but it's doable. So I think you can go back and get this. This is a PS3 version, not the remaster. So yeah, you might not even still have the game disc for this one, but I think you can go back and get this one easily. All right. So you got your Hikoi games. Like I said, not pronouncing that right, probably. More visual novels and Hatoful Boyfriend. I think that's like the pigeon dating. Whatchamacallit, dating simulator. Yeah, you're like, it's a dating simulator, but you're like the people you're supposed to be dating are pigeons, which is really ridiculous or something stupid like that. But you got those very easy, so good to see boosting that list. Heroes Must Die Again. Um, this one's an RPG, not one I'm not very familiar with, but a good 7% on there, so very impressed with that. Heroes Trials. Um, this one's an easy one. I'm just trying to remember what genre it is. I think this one's a dungeon crawler, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not the Firefly Diary. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that first half of it. I think this one's another. It's like either a platformer or a point. I think it's more of a point and click than or a platformer than a point and click. than anything. Like I said, not very familiar with Vita titles. Neptunia game, very good. I am the hero. You got that stacked. This one's a beat 'em up, from what I know. Illusion of Thalia. Like I said, a lot of games I'm not sure how to pronounce here. Um, actually, actually, I do know this one. This one kind of reminds me of Chrono Cross. If I'm thinking of the game that I am. Inferno 2, an easy one. This one actually, oh, that's weird because most of the games on this on Ladynadiad's list here are seem to be RPGs, puzzles, or visual novels or stuff like that. This one's more of a like an arcade game shooter. So that's a break. It's an easy one, but you got it, which is very neat. So good on you for that. It only took you 2 hours, so a good easy pickup. Spring Again, which is basically a children's book in video game form, which is neat. Journey, one of the best indie games there's been, very good. Uh, two more Poe games you got stacked there, or one Poe game that you got stacked there, very good. King's Quest. This is another kind of like a Telltale story-driven game. I'm not sure if it's done by Telltale, so is it? Let me check right quick here. No, it's by the Agile. But yeah, this is another story-based game. One that I've seen and I've been kind of interested in. Um, I just haven't got my hands on it yet. There's no platinum for it, but I'm interested in it. Only 2%. Wow, that's a lot lower than I thought it would be. Uh, Anyway, Kingdom Hearts. Looks like you got the PS3 HD remakes of the original and Kingdom Hearts 2. You kind of got what I got going on for these. Let's see what you're missing in this one, because you don't have a lot of uncompleted games in here. Alright, so you basically just got to play the game on medium and hard again. Beaten 15 hours. This one's a little easier to get than a lot of people think, because it's like, oh, I gotta beat it in 15 hours, which is very hard to do. But you could just let your game run for 100 hours, and the game clock will reset to zeros, and it'll get you as a trophy, even though it's over that. So you can either get it done in 15 hours or 115 hours. And you got to beat the extra bosses. The hardest one is the Phantom at the clock tower, because he has instant death on the hour time thing. These can be done on easy very well. Sephiroth, like I said, you can do that on easy. And if you get to level 100 on easy, you can breeze through them. And then doing those, you'd get all of these journal things. Synthesize one, that's just a lot of grinding for all these. The hardest one on here would probably get all the gummy ship things, because you have to grind a lot. And then some of these you have to grind, because I know certain enemies only drop stuff, and it's a pain in the neck to get them to do that, because they're like very rare items. Kingdom Hearts 2, let's see. Okay, so yeah, just beat the game 2 more times, defeat the extra bosses. The mushrooms are a pain in the neck to do. So, yeah, and that's how you get most of this other stuff in the journal and stuff like that. The skateboarding one, minigame, it's easy enough to do. You kind of got what I got with the Kingdom Hearts games. It's just like you play them once and then you kind of procrastinate and you don't want to do 2 more playthroughs of it. I don't know why they didn't make it so the trophies stack on the game playthroughs, but it is what it is. Night Solitaire, so some solitaire in there. Last Rebellion. What do I know about Last Rebellion? Um, this one, I think reminds me. Trying to remember if I've seen any gameplay of it. Yeah, I think this one kind of. I think I do remember seeing something of this, and it kind of reminded me of Star Ocean or something like that. Uh, anyway, I'm not going to focus on it. Uh, let's see, Legend of Tetrarch. That one, another RPG. A lot of these are JRPGs I don't know a lot about. It's just not one of the genres I focus very much in. But I know both the Legends of Tetrarch and Liege Dragon are. They're more kind of the classic retro ones, as are a lot on this list. Life is Strange, story-driven game by Square Enix. Life is Strange 2 is out, as is Before the Storm. Uh, Before the Storm one, it's kind of a prequel to the first game. The second one is its own thing. Focuses a lot on racial issues, so very topical in this day and age. More Link-a-Pick games stacked up there. Uh, London Detective Mysteria, another story-driven game. I think this one was made by Xseed, who are the people that do Harvest Moon and Rune Factory now. Or yeah, but it's done by Xseed. So, but yeah, it's another story-driven game. Good, easy one. You got your mahjong games. Never been that much into mahjong myself. Um, I know some of these could have lower things. It looks like you got the good ones on, or the easier ones on the Vita. Mary Skelter Nightmares. Good dungeon crawler. Same with May Q. Uh, Maiden Tower. I don't know. It's supposed to be Maiden. No, it's mine. Just making sure I can read still. Another. I think this one's an RPG, and then you get back down to another dungeon crawler with Mind Zero here. So very good on those. Mix-ups, but I mean another pug. You haven't stacked this one yet, so it wouldn't surprise me if you go and pick that one out. Monochrome Order. This one is another one that's kind of like Dragon Quest or has in that. Uh, Monster of Viador. I don't know much about. No, you know what? Monochrome. I'm not sure what this game is. I think I was thinking of disregard. Yeah, because I know this one's like Dragon Quest. This one's I'm not sure what this one is. I'm getting ahead of myself on some of these things. Muramasa Rebirth. This one is kind of like a hack and slash platformer. So here, this is one of the few games that you don't have done. So I'm going to take a look at it. So obtain all the trophies. Duh. Okay, so this is another one where they require a speed run trophy. In this one, it looks like it's an actual pain in the neck. And then you're just missing some stuff in, okay, a hard mode playthrough on the DLC stuff. So, alright, so I'm not going to fault you for that one. This one's an ultra rare, so ridiculously hard, especially with those time constraints. Merge Soul Suspect, another story-driven game. Very interesting. Move Love series. That's another. I think these are more visual novels based off of anime or something. I'm not 1,000% sure. My Big Sister. One I'm not familiar with. I know it's got an 8-bit retro style to it. My Name is Mayo, the easiest game ever made. I don't know why this one took you a week, but you got it. Maybe you're just like, yeah, I don't want to click X 100 times. So, good on getting those stacked. Nelson Tether's Puzzle Agent. This is a Telltale's game. It's very obscure. I don't see it on a lot of lists, and I don't think you can get it anymore because, like I said, with Telltale and all that. But this one was hard to find even back in the day when it came out. Because this, like I said, this is another Telltale game. I know that. But you don't see it on a lot of lists. Wrath of the White Witch, very good on getting that. And with Nier. Nord 9 Var Commons. I think this one's another visual novel or dating simulator, something like that. All right, Sphere, Last Sphere. This one I know is another PS2 game that got re-put on there. So good to see that you're picking up a lot of these old PS2 titles, the re-releases. Omega Quintet, another RPG. Uh, One Night Stand, that's another visual novel. Another Poe game stacked. Pantsu Hunter back in the 90s. I think this is a point and click. Uh, don't know much about it other than that. Period Cube, Shackles of Amadeus, another visual novel. Your Persona series, you got both 4 Golden and Persona 5. Very good. I picked up Persona 5 Royal. I still need to complete Persona 5, the original version of it. I also picked up the Royal version. So apparently it's much different than the original. Uh, so I don't know if you want to do that and picking up the Royal version, but very good on getting these done. Phoenix Wright, very good. This is one I've been looking to pick up. I remember playing the original Phoenix Wright games on the Game Boy when they came out, particularly the DS. So I'm going to pick this one up myself not too long. I mean, it's very story-based, but I like the Phoenix Wright series. Pick-a-picks games, you got a lot more of them. Stacking them up, getting a lot of good trophies out of this one. They're simple, but you're getting them. Pirate Solitaire. Just some solitaire, very good. Rocket RPG. Uh, it, it's a kind of weird to call it a RPG because from the gameplay I've seen of it, it's more of a dungeon crawler and it's more hack and slashy. So maybe I'm just uh, applying weird titles to these things or genres to these things, but very good on getting that one. Psychedelica series, some more visual novels, uh, Psychopaths, based off the anime. I think this one's just another visual novel based on the anime. Same thing with Punchline here. I think these are both visual novels based off of their respective animes here. So good on getting those. They're not animes I've ever watched, but good on getting those. Queen's Quest 3, The End of Dawn. More point and click for this one. I remember this one having some really freaky visuals, like the way the characters' mouths move or something like that. That just weirded me out. Raging Loop, another visual novel, if I'm not mistaken. As then you got Ray Gigan. I'm definitely not pronouncing that right. Um, this one I actually do know a little about. It's another dungeon crawler, but it's weird because the fighting in it, it's like a third person turn based, but then when you're actually doing the actual dungeon crawling, it's in first person. That change of perspective really kind of bugs me. Resonance of Fate, another RPG. I think I have this sitting on my shelf somewhere that I haven't played yet. So, didn't this? Let's see one because it looks like you didn't get much done on this one. Okay, so gain characters 100, 500 hits. All right, so a lot of grinding in this trophy list. Good to know. And then yeah, you've stopped after 2. So you can go back and get quite a bit out of this still. Uh, Revenant Dogma. What do I know about Revenant Dogma? Not a lot. and Revenant Saga. I think these are from Stacey. They're RPGs. Rune Factory Tides of Destiny. This is one I've platinumed. It mixes your Harvest Moon with the dungeon crawling. This one can take a bit of time. Um, and it nothing too hard in it. It just takes time. Uh, I think that's the only Rune Factory game that they actually have where you can get trophies for it, unless there's something that got released I'm not aware of. Rune Lord, this is basically another Bejeweled game. Uh, you got your Sam and Max games here, more story driven from Telltale's, very good. Uh, I think you got all of them as far as I think. No. Secrets of Mana, very good RPG right there. Uh, Seek Hearts, I'm not familiar with it that much, just know it's another RPG. Uh, Sengoku Basara Samurai Heroes. This one's basically it's Samurai Warriors under a different name. I mean, the gameplay is a lot of the same. If those aren't you aware of Samurai Warriors, it's basically Dynasty Warriors, but with samurai. Instead of being China, it's Japan. So you're only missing a few in here. You were working on this recently, so this might be one you are playing intermittently. So I'll see what you do with that one. I don't know much about Sephirotic stories. I'm probably not going to say much about something I don't know about. Sherlock Holmes, Devil's Daughter, more story driven. Very good to see. And then Snake Busters, High Society. Not sure about a lot of these. Uh, Very good. Sorcery Saga, Curse of the Great Curry God. Ultra rare there at only 3%. Very good to see. Sparkle, no platinums, but very good. Oh, excuse me. Sparkle Unleashed, you're only missing a few on, but it looks like those ones are oh, you're only missing one. What's the one you're missing on here? It's got a low completion at only 0.22, so the one you're missing is... Okay, so do a Nightmare, and apparently the Nightmare difficulty on Sparkle Unleashed is very hard. Oh, good to know. We got Steins Gate, Stranger of Sword City. Not familiar with this because it's a Vita game, but it looks like you're halfway done with that. This one you're working on right now too, so you're probably going to complete this one in the near future. Strike Solitaire, so bowling in solitaire, neat. Swap Quest, Tales of Hearts R, that's your only Tales game there. I always encourage more of picking up the Tales games. They're long JRPGs, but I've always liked the Tales games. They're very well, how should I put it? They're very the stories are always very good. The fighting mechanics are good. So I always encourage more Tales games. Tales of Monkey Island. You got those? Oh, you do got more Tales games. You got Tales of Symphonia. Oh, I got to go back and finish this one myself. Tales of Symphonia is like one of the best Tales games there are. I loved playing it on the GameCube, and I love that they released it on the PS3. I got to go back and finish it on the PS3 myself, and then the sequel for it. Uh, let's see. The Alliance Alice RD Remastered, not familiar with. The Legend of Heroes. Looks like you got Trials of Cold Steel 1, 2, and you're working on 4 right now. So, gonna look for it. You're probably gonna complete that one sooner rather than later, too. The Little Acre. Not familiar with this one, other than that it's an easy one. So we'll move on. The Sexy Brutal. Not familiar with it. Treasure of Montezuma, another, it's like I'm trying to remember how to describe that. but it's basically a mobile game kind of. Walking Dead, Telltale's game, very good. You can also get this one. I know this is one of the ones that the new Telltales is allowing you to get. You can buy all four for the PS4 and get it all. Witch in the Hundred Night and Witch in the Hundred Night 2, good dungeon crawlers. I got Witch in the Hundred Night, and I think I have two sitting on my to-do shelf somewhere. Uh, I remember this one being first one being very good, and I can't wait to play the second one. Uh, Poggy got stacked again here with Tic Tac Letters. Time and Eternity. This one's another kind of weird one. I got it myself. Good job on getting that one. It's a rare one. Not very familiar with uh, Tokyo Xanadu or Tokyo Twilight here. Got more Montezuma, Trinity Souls. Yeah, got Undertale done. Very good. Virtue Last Reward, Welcome Park. What Remains of Edith Finch, very good. Alright, and then more Pogue games. Alright, though, you really went in all on the Pogue games. Like, you played them all and you stacked them all, which is very good. X-Blaze Embryo. Not familiar with these. The Wise series. This is one I've been looking to get into myself. I just haven't taken. Something's phone's ringing. Second. Yeah, go with voicemail. All right, moving on. So, Wise series, one I've been looking to get into. Zero Time Dilemma. You got Zuma. Zuma's Revenge. And then you got, I'm not even going to try to pronounce it because my Japanese is terrible. But these ones are more Legend of Heroes one. Yeah, because these down here are, these two down here are Legends of Cold Steel 3 and 4, the Asia release of that. So you did get, because up here you had, let's see, where is it? Yeah, Legend Trial of Cold Steel 3 and 4. So that's these down here. You've just been playing them, both the Japanese/Asia release and the American one. So these are all of that series, the Trial of Heroes. So very good on getting that all done. So all in all, a very impressive list. A lot of games I'm not familiar with, a lot of JRPGs, and a lot of visual novels, which are genres that usually fall out of my normal expertise. Let's take a look at the stats here. Okay, so games 252 played, like I said, 238 completed. Most of your trophies are bronze, but most of your points are coming from your silver, gold, and platinum, which is what you want to see. Average rarity is more on the common side. Generally, you want this closer down to that 40% is what you'll see. So, with that's fine though. You are completing a lot of games, getting a very good completion. Average completion is 97.1% on your games, giving you a very good overall completion of 96, and an S average, which is no surprise. Monthly activity, you kept it on the low side for the first little couple of years. Then you jumped up here, a little downswing there, and then you've just been keeping it pretty good steady around getting 100 trophies or so on average for a couple of years. Yeah, for like 4 years there. So very impressive. And that shows in your trophy progression. It starts out low and slow. You got a nice little plateau here, but then it just keeps on going up and up and up and up, which is what we like to see. Trophies by time. This is set to U.S. Central Time, so that should be what Ladynadiad is. More of a night gamer, that prime time hours of 6 to 10. You get a few in the early AM, and not a morning person. Who among us is? And most of them are on the weekend. So you keep things pretty balanced with your gaming, balancing a healthy lifestyle. At least in my opinion. Because God knows I'm a late night gamer, and it's just not healthy. But I digress. Overall, a very interesting list, a very impressive completion list. We're going to move into my final thoughts. All right, so my final thoughts on the trophy list for Ladynadiad. Uh, Overall, a good list. 187 platinums, 238 games completed out of 252 games played. So a lot of games that don't have platinum, but still completing a lot of them. Uh, Average complete or the overall total trophy completion is 96%, which is very high, very impressive. Uh, and then the average rarity on those is 56%, closer to 57. Um, Generally, what you want for what I would like to call a impressive rarity is closer to the 40, because that 40 shows you're playing a couple more harder games. But there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you play what you like. That's just my opinion. Uh, a good collection of JRPGs, visual novels, which are neat, and then a couple puzzle games. So a very good collection of that. A very large collection, even though some of the games tend to be on the easier side. But when you find something you like, you play what you like. So overall, not a bad list at all. A very good completion. And that just leaves a title and status for Ladynadiad. So for Ladynadiad, I'm gonna give you the status of story completionist, because you got all those visual novels, you got all those JRPGs, which are usually rich in story, and I think that would be a fitting title for you. So, all in all, good work. Keep it up. You're working on some good stuff right now. I look forward to seeing what you do with your list. Uh, if you want your trophy list to be reviewed, please leave a comment. Let me know. Check out our forum on PSN profiles. I know I haven't been active a lot in the last couple months. Things have been busy, some life changes, but I'm getting back into doing these reviews a lot more frequently. But the thing I need to do trophy reviews is people who want their trophy list looked at. So please let me know. I want you to stay well, stay healthy, especially with COVID still going on. Keep gaming, and I look forward to seeing you next time on another PSN user trophy review.